Hi, Adam Lewis here, founder and CEO of Sound Barrier and SoundBarrierHunting.com. So, 100% stealth, is it possible? Don't know what you guys put on Facebook and Twitter if you did, but let me start out by just telling a little story. So, once upon a time, there were two guys and they had this dream to have a log cabin up in the wilderness in Canada. So they started saving their money and started looking at different properties, and they finally had enough money and finally found the perfect property, and they bought it. They hired a contractor to start building their dream cabin, and it was a long ways away, so they weren't there to oversee it. And finally it got done, and they took the long drive up there for a fishing trip to check out the cabin for the first time. When they got there, they saw this awesome cabin with really thick walls made of log that would keep anything out. They saw a really sturdy roof made of the best timber and one of those steel roofs that would keep out any weather. But where big picture windows should have been and doors to the outside were just gaping holes. Nothing. Naturally, they didn't think a thing of it. They threw the gear inside and went to sleep for the night, not worried about anything coming in. Now, that's a ridiculous story, and nobody would do that, I hope, because anything could just walk right into the place. They had two of the three things they needed to be protected, right? They needed the windows and the doors to keep bears out, to keep a bunch of insects, wind, rain, all the elements. They were really missing something. And the analogy is that us hunters are the same way. We're walking around out in the woods when we're hunting with huge holes in our defenses, because we're only getting past two of the three major senses deer have that keep us from success and keep them alive. Fact of the matter is, right now we can really well, most of the time, get past a deer's eyes. There's all the camouflage products out there. There's tons of them. I'll talk more about the effectiveness of camo later, but we can get past their eyes pretty good as long as we're not jumping around and moving a lot. We have something to break us up. So there's a lot out there as far as camouflage. We got past their eyes. And there's tons of stuff out there, knowledge, tips, and products to get past the deer's sense of smell. So all the scent concealment stuff you spray, the ozone units, all that, we can get past their nose. Let's assume we can get past their eyes and nose. But right now there's really nothing out there, very few tips, not really a lot of talk, really no products to help us get past a deer's third main defense, critical defense. I call it a linchpin defense for them, and it's keeping us from success, and that is hearing. Deer have these huge radar dishes called ears on their head, and we've kind of forgot about this or just ignored it in the hunting world, but they have a real good sense of hearing. So we're walking around with what I call 66% stealth. 2 out of 3 senses we get past fairly well, and hearing's really tough for us. So there's a real possibility with the knowledge and the right application to take our hunting to a new level and reach 100% stealth, but we've got to get past their ears. So next time I'm going to share more about the science behind it, how far sounds travel that we typically make in the woods, how those affect deer, and how that affects our hunting. You aren't going to want to miss it. Until then, check out our website, Facebook and Twitter, and get out there and never be heard again.